All right, I didn't video any of this earlier, but I did start on my outhouse upgrade today. So this will be the foundation it sets on. I'm gonna take that one and modify it. The box on it's 4 feet square. You can see it's got a little porch on the front of it. I'm gonna remove the front wall, move the front wall all the way out to the edge of that, put a new door in it. I'm gonna cut the walls off about even with where the back corner is right now. Come straight across, and then I'm gonna put trusses on it, and I'm gonna make the roof 12 feet long. It'll have a foot overhang in the back. It'll have a peaked roof like that, same color. I got a new door to go on it, so it'll be 6 foot inside, 4 foot wide, 6 foot long, 4 feet wide inside. I'll have a roof hanging over a foot on the back, so that's 7. So I'll have 5 more feet out over the front. So, which sounds like a lot, but 6 foot will come to, roughly somewhere along. Let's see if I can get it where you can put it in perspective here. Somewhere along in here roughly. And then I'll have a porch, and then the roof will actually come out just a little bit past these steps here. So you'll come up the steps, you'll have a little deck here, and then you'll go into the outhouse. I got the hole dug, 4 feet deep. And so I don't know, I didn't even measure how big a square it was, but 3 feet square, probably 4 feet deep. So this is gonna be on railroad ties too high. And whenever we get it on here, we'll put the peaked roof on it. I'm gonna put a heater in it. So I'll put some sheet foam insulation on the inside of it. And I'll run electricity out here, so I'll have a light in there. So it's gonna be a much upgraded outhouse from the past. So it's gonna be nice. Still the same distance from the cabin as it was before. The only difference is I moved it over closer to the road, so that it's straight across from the cabin. So you can actually, as you're walking out of the cabin, you can actually see out here to make sure there's no animals out here going to get you on your way to the outhouse. So that'll make it a little bit better, rather than have to come down and go around the corner before you actually see it. So, and then this whole bare spot you see here, we did that the other day. So we kind of sloped it down here towards the road because water typically drains down here. Put a pipe in the berm where I had a ditch dug through it. We got a pipe in there now, so the water can drain. We're gonna roll out some Typar on this, and we're gonna cover it in gravel. So I don't want any mud. I'll use the dirt out of that to refill the hole where the old outhouse is. So, and then I'll paint the outhouse some kind of a brown, so it's similar to what the cabin looks like with a green roof on it, and that'll make it look a little better. So, and all this stuff here you see, we shoved that up there. It's still got lots of vegetation in it, so the weeds will take off in that like crazy. So basically wanting that whole bank to grow up like you see it down there, and like it's trying to do here. Did plant some trees on top of it to reduce the visibility from the road is the plan. And like I say, the grass is really coming up on it, so it probably won't be hidden this year, but I believe next year it'll be hidden from the road. So anyway, getting a little cleaning up done around here. Getting ready to had some ties here drug up here that I've been working with, so I got to get them hauled off. And I'm getting ready to start on this thing. My trusses are actually underneath them tarps, so I got to get them out. And then we're going to take the Sheltered Logic. Right now it's anchored on poles, just spruce poles. So I'm going to take it off the poles, and then I'll get some railroad ties, and then we're going to level out a place right over there, and set it on railroad ties. So that way it'll be pretty permanent. Before I put it on there though, we'll Typar and gravel that as well. And then Well, I got the skid steer here spreading gravel. You can see the piles out there. We'll gravel that for now. There's a big bare spot out here in the driveway. We're gonna cover that too. I'm gonna have to have some more gravel to be able to do all that. And then I have 3/4 washed, like you see here on my driveway up close, to put on top of it. I got 2 loads of that over there, and basically this is just on there so that you don't collect sand all over your shoes and track it in the cabin. So that kind of got annoying. So, because that there's kind of what the gravel looks like. It's got a lot of sand in it, and a lot of gravel. That's called 1.5 minus up here. So, but anyway, well, the skid steer's here. I got to have this moved by then. I got to get these deals torn off the back of the cabin because I want to come in here with a skid steer, push all this topsoil off where I'm going to add on here, and so I can put the fabric down and gravel this as well. So I want to do that before I start on that. So anyway, they got a lot of projects to do, but hopefully the rain kind of gives us a little bit of a reprieve and we can get a few of these things done. So get ready for winter time. We have been cutting wood. We got our big wood shed, probably, I don't know, it's probably half full or better. It'll probably still hold about 4 more trailer loads, I guess. So we still got a lot of wood cutting yet to do, so I'm trying to get this stuff squeezed in between that. But I sure would like to have my addition on the house done and this cabin. Now this won't take long once I get it set up on here. That then I'm gonna go to town on this one. So it'll be out of commission for a while. I'll have to go up there and use that up yonder, all the way up there at the little guest cabin. So I'll be doing that. Anyway, I'm really glad to have the hole dug, the ties set. It took me a while to get everything leveled up on them and get them cut to fit, but I think now it's I think I'm ready to go on that project. So now, oh, and then I guess over there where I was showing you what the gravel looks like, that's actually a stand that I just set for a fuel oil tank. So you can see the new tank sitting there. So I got to get that tank up on top of that stand. So I got a neighbor supposed to be bringing his tractor over tomorrow, help set that up on there. Me and Perry and Tyler picked Tyler's up and put it on his stand, but his stand was a foot shorter than that, and we like to never got that last 1/4 inch. So I'm not even going to try it on this one. We'll just get a tractor and set it up on there. But I spent the morning getting the grass and stuff dug out here, put fabric down, and then filled that all back in with this gravel. Got it leveled up, so it should be good to go. Then we'll go down the side of the cabin there. I've got some of the foam off already. Go down the side of the cabin there and run the copper tubing and through the wall, and then I'll have a fuel oil heater in the cabin, so that'll make it a little bit easier to leave, so I can go down and see the kids. I'd like to go back down there and, I don't know, maybe October or something before the sub-zero temperature set in, and then at least I'll have a heater in my cabin and I can go off and leave it this time, and all I have to do is have somebody keep an eye on my batteries that time of year, because you probably have to run the generator every day probably that time of year with the heater going and stuff like that. So anyway, that's kind of what I've been up to the last few days. So I've been working on the wheeler. I got some more stuff to do. I got to put the hand grip heaters on it, which I may start on now since I'm done with that. And I got to put a back bumper on it yet. So I don't actually make a back bumper to fit this one, but I got one for another model that's close. So I got it coming, and then we'll make some modifications and put it on there somehow. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but since they don't sell one to fit this one, that's about my only option. So otherwise, when I put a snowblower on it, I'm afraid I'll wind up backing into something and then busting up some plastic, and then that'll cost me more than the bumper would. So anyway, that's what we're up to, and I'll give you some more updates on the outhouse as I get it moved. And hopefully, when my neighbor comes up to set that tank, I'm gonna ask him if he put his forklift forks on, and if he does, I think I'll just pick up the outhouse and have him set it on there while he's here. So get that out of the way. All right, here's an update to my earlier portion. So as you can see, I got the fuel tank in. It's all hooked up. Well, no, it's not hooked up. It's all mounted on the stand. It's full of fuel, and I'm to right there. So that's as far as I've got. So I got to get this little Toyo stove mounted inside before I can actually run the copper tubing for that. So, but that part's done. And it's full of fuel. So that'll probably run me all winter. And a couple other things I did on my wheeler. So I did get my windshield in, got it put on, got my grip heaters on. So be ready to blow a little snow with that. And then the next update here was my outhouse move and upgrade. I got a material list to take to the lumber yard to get started on this. All right. So I don't know if I took a video of the after I got this done or not, but anyway, there's a hole down there. I think I actually showed that, but so anyway, we go to work on this thing, modify it. But you can see how big it's going to be. The wall will come all the way out to the front of this. Then this right here will just be decked with 2x6s, and the roof will basically come out probably about a foot past this right here. I'll run a support pole up from right in here off the edge of this. It'll have a 4x4 sitting underneath the 4x6s that will be coming out with the roof. Like I said, it's going to have a sloped roof like the cabin, regular gable roof. So anyway, that's kind of the updates we got there. And got a little bush hogging done. Made that look a little better. That's what we got right now. Would you look at that? Another huge advancement in Alaska. Got my Toyo heater in finally. It is run on heating oil. So now that'll make it to where I can actually leave my cabin when it's cold. So I got a 300-gallon tank out there, and so that'll take care of that. So I showed you the tank and stuff the other day, but now the heater's in and operational. So Tyler come up today and help me do that. So a little crowded here yet. Still got all my paperwork on the table. The wash machine's sitting here, so that's another huge marvel. We're going to be having a well put in here in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, and then once I do the addition on the back of my cabin, my water tank and all the water heater and all that other water stuff on the wall will all move out of here and go back to the back room. So then my wash machine will scoot all the way over here against the cabinet. So then I'll have a little more room around my table and stuff like that. So anyway, some huge advancements in Alaska today. Look at those things. How many people have ever even seen any of these things before? These are like glass blocks that you used to see quite a bit. You hardly ever see them anymore, but I found some. And I'm going to incorporate those into my outhouse build. So you'll see those showing up here sometime in the near future. Well, you can see a little progress was made. That's how far the roof's going to come out. The wall will come right across here. The front of that, that's where the doorway will be. Then this will be the porch. Oh, hopefully that'll keep a lot of snow off of it, where it's easy to open up the door when it's a foot of snow on the ground. So, progress being made. All right, well, did get a little bit more done on it today. Got the front wall moved out, got the roof on it, got the metal on there, you can see that. So we still got quite a bit more to do to it yet, but we're gaining. pretty good work for just part of the day here. So the roof's completely finished on top. So got lots of trim work to do down here on the bottom yet. They'll have that looking a lot better when that's finished up. But we're gonna close in the gables, close in the soffit, all that kind of stuff yet. So run power out here, but we're gaining on it. All right, well, got a little bit more done on the pooper today. Got part of the end closed in. I still got some more to do there, and then the metal trim will go on top of that. Got the start of the soffit's being closed in. I'm not closing it all in out here. I'm boxing it in like that, and then I'll leave this open on this outer edge, but at least it'll be closed off. So got the front on it. All right. So anyway, had a phone call there, interrupted my video, but so anyway, we're making some good headway. We got, you know, some of the trim around the sides, and I'm gonna paint it, and then on the sides of it, of course, I'll clean all the white paint off of it, and then I'm gonna run strips down it so it looks like board and batten, and I think it'll be pretty cool when it's done. We'll have a video on the rest of it when it is finished, but it's coming along. All right, another update on the pooper. We're coming along. Got a few windows in. I don't know if you can see those or not, but those are glass blocks. So those will let some light in. I'll have them on the back. I don't have them in yet, but those aren't finished either. And I'll have them on this side here. So I'll have them on two sides in the back. So that'll let plenty of light in. You can see we started getting the ceiling in. That's 1-inch full-faced foam board, and that's what will be on the walls in here as well. You gotta cut a hole in that wall yet. This wall here for these blocks to go in there. So, and then of course I'll trim around them on the outside. Inside I won't worry about it, but outside I'll trim around them and stuff like that. So there's still a long ways to go, but it's coming along. But getting the ceiling in it, the ceiling in the porch, that's helped quite a bit. Getting the eaves all closed in like I wanted. all the metal roof trim is on. It's kind of hard to see here with the sun shining, but all the metal trim is on. It makes that look a lot better. Ends are closed in. So I'll put you know, 1x strips down the walls here so it looks like a board and batten type deal. And that will also be up here as well. That'll have the board strips on it like board and batten as well. So and once I get it all painted, I think it'll look pretty good. Even though we reused a lot of the old one, we've definitely added in a lot of new too. So, and I still got to get the door on it yet too. So still got plenty more to do. All right, we talked about the wood shed the other day. Here we are looking at it. We're not going to fill it plumb to the ceiling this year. We did up at the back. I think I mentioned that in my last part of the video, but too hard to get down, too dangerous. So we're just going, you know, it's about 7 feet high. So as you can see, the wood shed's full, and we're starting to row in front of it. And we've got this to unload yet. So we still got more to cut, got more to go get. But so the other shed is not quite full. It'll probably hold a trailer load, and then that shed will be full too. Plus, I don't know, you can't really see it from here, but at Perry's house, there's probably another 2 cords stacked up there in front of his cabin. So I think we're in good shape for wood this year. And a lot of this right here is all green. So if we need dead wood, we can always go around to the back side and pull it, which is kind of nice with the wood shed being open all the way around. We can actually pull wood from wherever we want. So that'll be handy whenever you do have green wood stacked here on the front. So that'll be a good thing. So anyway, that's where we're at on wood. We're in good shape this year. And we're going to empty out the other shed this year first. and then come to this one, because some of the wood in the other one's like 3 years old. So, but anyway, so today we're doing a little bit of grilling. Got some burgers and brats going there on our wheel. So we're working on that. Well, we got that other trailer unloaded, split and stacked. So right there it is. The front row is not completely full, but the rest of them are. There's 10 rows there, 21 foot long, 7 feet high. So there's close to 18 cords of wood right there. So that's a lot of wood. So we should have plenty of wood. Plus the other shed's still almost full. So I think we'll be plenty good this winter. We'll probably still wind up cutting more too.